feel that if I stream and the music is insanely loud, then it's extremely hard for me to concentrate. So we took care of that right now. Happy Rosh Hashanah, Shana Tova. Oh my god, that sounded extremely, it sounded super Jewish American right now. I'm so sorry to those who are Jewish American. Shana Tova. Happy new Jewish year. I'm gonna see happy 5,785 to all of us. And let's hope this year will be a calmer one. You guys are welcome to write in the chat while I'm streaming the game. How was your holiday? What did you do? In the Rosh Hashanah Eve, I went all the way from my cabin to meet with some family, and I ate some holiday dinner. I actually managed to eat gefilte fish, which is basically fish patties. I managed to have a piece and like it and enjoy it, and as a certified gefilte hater, that was pretty unexpected. But in the end, I ended up really liking it. Okay, hold on. I increased my mic so we won't have any issues. So I had a holiday dinner with the family. I ate some turkey and kube and your classic challah and honey apples and pomegranates. And yeah, and it was an all-around very nice time for everyone involved. As for what I did today, my family told me, hey, we're gonna meet up, and I was like, nah, I don't feel like it, so I just like stayed home. And I did some animating on a project I'm working on. It'll probably take a while until it's out, but when it'll come, you will hear of it. And I mostly vibed. I keep playing a lot of Bolatro on my free time. I mostly play a bunch of, I finally reached Blue Stake after, like, getting a Black Stake with a very, very broken hand. Where I had 2 throwbacks. It was really fun. And now I'm in Blue Stake, which is a different hell into itself. And because I'm playing Blue Stake with the yellow deck, it means that my biggest hurdle is the fact I don't have a lot of hands and I don't have a lot of discards. But I do have additional money, which is really nice. Also, there is an emote that I commissioned. I think the artist's name is It Was Dash from VGen. I'm going to show an image. Yeah. So, yeah, I had some grapes, so I'm eating them right now, which is why, there we go. This is the emote that's being talked about, and it's really nice. Basically, look how much of a gremlin I look. I'm doing the Roar XD thing, and it's really sweet. I also asked the commissioner in the template to make sure that the hat, my signature hat, is being included, and they did a really good job of like including that. So if you guys want to use that emote and have it available, then I would totally appreciate it if you guys share my channel around, because I wanna be a Twitch affiliate, so you guys can use it. Hold on. I need to mute some applications as usual. Yes, the struggles of streaming. Having to mute tabs. Yeah. And yeah. So if you guys want to support the channel and also give this beautiful artwork, which I paid for, some more exposure and spam this funny roaring hail, then please, oh my god, it's being moved around and the chat box is being moved around. Then please make sure you keep following. We're currently on 28 followers. I don't know why it didn't automatically update. I also don't know how to fix it. But we'll do it later. And yeah. And basically we have 2 goals. First of all, we'll be able to use emotes, and once I get 50 followers, I will get my Honkai Star Rail. You will guys see my Honkai Star Rail Let's Play. But today we're not gonna talk about another anime game. We're going to go back to another anime game we have been playing. Hold on. I gotta readjust. There we go. So what we're gonna do in this Rosh Hashanah stream is that, like, we'll be continuing Ace Attorney investigations. And I know that it's not the usual day, but I only have 2 planned streams today. The other one, I have some stuff to do on Saturday in the usual time, so we'll just continue with the game. And it seems like we no longer have Edgeworth around. He's no longer being assaulted by the proto-badger. The very cursed proto-badger. So last time that we played Ace Attorney Investigations Collection, we kept defeating Shilong Lang with facts and logic. We stumbled onto some very unappealing faces, very familiar, but not maybe unwanted faces. Mike Meekins, Windy Oldbag, Emma Sky, which was actually really nice. And we got a bunch of nice Easter eggs and fan service. But Kay showed us Little Thief. I had a good time bumping with Kay, and Lang was honestly not there. And Lang was just like walking hurdle we had to deal with. Oh, and also the kidnapping turned into a murder. That's the big plot. And now we're trying to find out more about the murder and its nature. So yeah, I think that's enough of a recap. All of the series is on my YouTube channel. In case you guys want to, just in case you guys want to catch up with the series, maybe even put it on the background. But for now, we're going to continue onwards. Let's see. And continue the kidnap turnabout. Maybe, hopefully, finish it. Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Also, we can't pet that kitty, which is an absolute missed opportunity on their behalf. You gotta hurry, sir, come on! What is it, detective? They found a blue badger costume down in front of the main gate, sir. What? Isn't that what one of the kidnappers was wearing? Oh, also there's a lot of costumes. A lot of theme park costumes going around. Bingo! That's why we gotta come to the main gate with me right now. If we hurry, we still might be able to get there before the wolf boy does it, sir. Which is absolutely something we want to do because, man, that wolf boy's a bully. Alright, let's make haste to the main gate. Also, Gumshoe was really useful. Oh, wait, I didn't know I was so close to the to be continued. Man. I think that now we're heading to the final confrontation. I did not know we were that close to finishing case 3. So, yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do is we'll finish case 3 and then we'll start case 4 if we're that close to the end game. I have a lot of hopes for case 4. It's definitely it used to be one of my favorite cases back in the day. Anyways, time to solve the mystery. Hopefully. March 13th. Let's go. Where's the costume, Detective Gumshoe? Just on the other side of the fountain, sir. Literally over there. Was it out here in the open all along? No, it was discovered in the tall grass back there. We moved it here in order to examine it more thoroughly. Let's get down to it. Won't trust until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Nook and cranny. Well, we already found something. What do we have here? Oh, it's another pendant. That's 2 treasures in one day. How lucky is that? And hey, this pretty baby's made of platinum silver too. Another pendant on top of the one we found on Mr. Deacon. Is it possible that these two... Hold it right there. Guess who came to blow the party? It's the fucking Wolfman. Hands off, Mr. Prosecutor. You sure do know how to cross the line, don't you? I did absolutely nothing. You loser-ass dog. Ugh. A pendant, huh? This is a very decisive piece of evidence. How can you tell? Look there and read what you see. Lauren. Hey, that's the name that's engraved on this. Lauren D. Well, now we know it's not just Lauren Pops, it's Lauren de Villar, probably. Aha! We have you now, Miss Kidnapper!
No! You don't understand!
I'm going...
Lolly, I can't believe you were one of my kidnappers.
Wow, what a cursed nickname. This guy has serious... Like... This guy has some weird vibes going on to him.
Lance! You're kidding! Miss Pops was one of the kidnappers? Yes. It was me. I held Lance hostage.
So Miss Pops is one of the kidnappers. But even knowing that, I can't call this case solved or over. Yeah, we have a bunch of kidnappers we don't know of yet. Hey guys, case closed. Guess who finally just... It's like... How convenient that Mr. Wolfboy over here wants to close the case once we say, oh, the case isn't closed yet. Very convenient of him. Thank you, Lang. Get the car ready, and I mean the special one for this young lady.
Hold it!
Huh. Again, Mr. Prosecutor? What is it this time? Are you proposing if Miss Pops is also the culprit in the murder case? What happened? I thought Officer Meekins was your suspect. We found it. Found what? That officer's gun. He literally dropped it in the middle of a thick patch of grass. Your country's police are a sham. Just look at how careless they are. Well, with that, you're right. Who are you calling a sham? The officer's gun didn't show signs of having been fired, so it can't be the murder weapon. So the Officer Meekins has been cleared of all charges, I see. And you only need to find the gun to get it. And that's when a brand new suspect comes walking onto the scene. The murder only happened because the kidnappers started fighting amongst themselves. As I recall, it was you who said that, right, Mr. Prosecutor?
Miss Pops, did you really kill Mr. Deacon? Yes, I killed him. I can't believe it.
Yeah, usually murderers don't confess too much, too quickly. Ha 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 ha! Thanks for the confession!
Objection!
Agent Long, it's much too early to declare this case closed. Look at you, so sure of yourself. You've got the culprit's own confession and some very incriminating evidence. What more can you ask for? Miss Lauren Pops.
Yes?
I want to hear it from you. Tell me your side of all that happened today, from the kidnapping to the murder.
But why? I'm a kidnapper and the killer.
Man, she is very fun to voice.
Isn't that enough?
Ah, yes. The scissors that she got from somewhere, don't know where. It's not safe to have these around Lauren. It's fine you're the one behind everything, but only if that's the truth. Now then, will you tell us the truth? Or is there some reason why you can't? I've had a change of heart. I think I'd enjoy seeing you sulk away as a losing mutt. Of course, him and his dog allegories. Classic Shilong Lang. Anyways, let's examine Lauren.
The one who came up with the kidnapping plan was the butler, Mr. Deacon. We knew we could get rich by holding Lance hostage. Mr. Armando would pay anything to get his son back after all. Everything was going according to plan, but as soon as we got the money, Mr. Deacon turned on me and tried to kill me.
There, are you satisfied? She just confessed to her crimes a second time. At least you have the guts to admit that what you've done. I can at least respect that much. Miss Pops, is what you said really the truth?
Yes, it is.
If that's the truth, it certainly isn't the whole truth. Because there is something that seems a bit too improbable in her confession. Oh, we're talking about probability? Damn. Edgeworth, I'm not here to do math. I'm here to find contradictions. And play video games. I'm not here to play math.
The one
who came was the butler, Mr. Deacon. He knew that we could get rich by holding Lance hostage. Mr. Armando would pay anything to get his son back after all. Everything was going according to plan. Let's try pressing that one.
Hold it!
What do you think he did?
I have no idea, but maybe he had planned on doing so from the very beginning. Miss Pops.
Wait, Mr. Deacon planned to kill Miss Pops from the very beginning. Was that ever likely to happen? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? I mean, if they ask you to raise an objection, then the answer is yes. I'm sorry, but I don't think you just claimed is all that likely.
Huh?
I don't think Mr. Deacon would ever have been capable of killing you.
But why? We were total strangers. It's not uncommon for people to kill each other over money.
Miss Pops, you really are clueless, aren't you?
What do you mean?
You never knew what your role in the kidnapping was, nor do you know who you really are. But I do, and I can show you this piece of evidence. This proves Mr. Deacon would have not been able to kill Miss Pops. Pretty sure it's that.
Take that!
Why are you showing this to me?
So what's about the pendant? This pair of wings, along with this piece of evidence, shows who you really are.
Take that!
These two pendants resemble each other, wouldn't you agree?
Hey, you're right. They're the same color and they're even made of the same material.
And I should know that because I'm a thief and a trinket expert. I believe that these two pendants are actually one. Wow. It takes skill to be slapped like this. Shall we give it a try?
Wow, it's totally Pegasus. But why? Why does my pendant match up with Mr. Deacon's?
You're a smart lady, I'm sure we can imagine why it might be. Is she smart though, Edgeworth?
But no! That can't be!
So the two make a set. It's just another trinket. It's not as though this changes anything. You lack imagination, Agent Long. And wits. A lot of your arguments have been pretty easy to debunk. This is the piece of evidence that gives meaning to the Pegasus pendant. And this is the one. The dossier.
Take that!
Oliver Deacon was just an alias for this man. His real name was Colin Devoray, the name that is etched onto the horse pendant. What? An alias? I suppose he had to hide the fact that he was a felon in order to live. It makes sense given what is written in Mr. Devoray's dossier. But what I really want to point out was this. This specific expression was what reveals the true meaning.
Take that!
D for daughter. Mr. Devoray had one daughter, and her name was Lauren Pops.
That's a lie! That person was not my father!
He couldn't have come out and tell you he was your father because he was in hiding. However, I believe he was trying to secretly watch over you.
Crying noises!
You still believe that a man like that could kill the daughter he was separated from? Or even that such a man would allow his daughter to get involved in a kidnapping plot.
Not so fast!
Not so fast. Ha 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 ha. And what is so funny, Agent Lang? You're good at making things up in your head and deciding it's the truth, aren't you? What are you trying to say? You're thinking is much too innocent. And I'm a cop, so I know how to find guilty people. After all, I thought of another possibility. Is that so? Well, let's hear it. Another possibility. I'll grant you that the two of them are father and daughter. But isn't it possible they both knew that fact? It was no coincidence that the reunited pair became involved in the House of Amano. And the two of them made good use of their meetings to plan a little kidnapping. Wouldn't you say my scenario is perfectly probable as well? I mean, aside from the fact that Lauren has tissues from brains, I don't know, Lang. So this is his version of how things might have been. You don't have any proof either one you didn't know of their true relationship, right? You mean they knowingly committed to kidnapping his father and daughter? That's right. As one really rotten family. Rough! Is that really what happened? We better take a long look at the evidence. Evidence. Let's see. Do we know that? Good question. But it's impossible they both knew that fact. It was no coincidence that the reunited pair became involved in the House of Mano.
Hold it!
Let's try pressing on that. One is a butler and was in front of the sun, you mean? They probably thought it was their best shot. Get it? Because they were shot by a gun. Is that what you honestly believe? Of course. And the two of them made good use of their meetings to plan a little kidnapping.
Hold it!
You mean how they plotted to commit the crime as blood relatives? Can you think of a better partner? They're certainly a clever pair. The butler and the girlfriend, no one would ever suspect that they were, in fact, family. Yes, from the very beginning, they painstakingly practiced those roles as well. Wouldn't you say my scenario is perfectly probable as well? Agent Lang isn't wrong. His scenario is certainly a probable one. You'd better hurry and do something or Lauren's gonna wind up looking really bad. I know, but first things first. Is Agent Lang's line of logic factually correct? The two of them really know you to commit the crime as father and daughter. That's a good question. Did they know? We're gonna continue pressing. I might find it. You think they knew? Yeah, I don't think the only victim knew. I think the girl realized it as well. They both knew that the other person was, but they had to pretend that they didn't. Because he was on the lam. You got it. The victim couldn't exactly go around flaunting who he was. Furthermore, it was no coincidence that the reunited pain became involved in the House of Amano. I'm gonna look at the dossier again. It might be our evidence. Whereabouts unknown after his escape. Repentant stole a gun from a guard during the escape. We thought he might head for where his wife and his whole daughter are, but despite our surveillance, he has yet to show up. I mean, Okay, I'm gonna try this. I think I have a direction. Because, listen, it's like... Lang. Lang, can you read? Can you read documents, Lang?
Objection!
Okay, no. But I think I'm onto something. I might be correct.
Not so fast!
And I got not so fasted. Da 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 da. Okay, what is he gonna say to me? Longsy says, confidence is like a soul, and words with a confidence but are by empty shells. You shouldn't waste your breath on words you have no confidence in, Mr. Prosecutor. Although it's just as bad to say something in full confidence and be wrong. Ugh. Are you going to let him lecture you about your self-confidence like that? No, what an asshole. Confident in the facts. Honestly, good option. So we're going to use, I'm not gonna use the strategy guide. I wanna beat this game fair and square. It was no coincidence that the reunited pair became involved in the House of Amano. And the two of them... Here's the thing. Do we know that? I have a feeling I need to present this here and not in the third statement.
Objection!
Nope. Okay. Let's try thinking about this. Let's try thinking about this pretty well. Thoroughly. No coincidence that the pair became involved in the House of Amano. Nope. Yeah, no. Here's what I think. I'll give him that. I'm not for what. Okay, I do need to present the single evidence to debunk that one, which, hey, at least it means that it's not as challenging. It was no quinkydink that the reunited pair became involved in the House of Amano. I think I need to present.
Objection!
Nope. Oh my god, I genuinely thought that was the right one. Hello, welcome to the Stream Gamer Core. Good to see you. I'm currently kicking a dog. In this case, it's fine because the dog is Shilong Lang. I'm trying to figure out in the moment. Maybe I need to... I'm gonna try pressing more statements.
Hold it!
Basically, what I need to figure out now is, trying to debunk, Edgeworth's, oh my god. Shilong Lang's, insistence that, Lauren and Colin knew each other beforehand.
Not so fast!
I've seen a lot of things in my travels, and I can tell you that being related by blood is sometimes proof of nothing. It isn't possible they both knew that fact. I mean... Man, I completely forgot how to debunk that one. I'm gonna have to think. Agent Lang isn't wrong, the scenario is certainly a probable one. You better hurry up. You know, is Agent Lang... Did the two of them really knowingly commit the crime as father and daughter? By the way, I have some noise from the outside of my cabin, so I hope that it's not passing through. If it is, then I'm gonna try using some headphones or some stuff. Bullet entered through his abdomen and exited through his shoulder, body... No, that was not... That's... I mean... I don't know, because... Here's the thing. I have a feeling, I thought like the dossier might be like the answer because whereabouts unknown after his escape, and it's like we thought he might head for his wife and sole daughter are, but despite her surveillance he hasn't yet to show up. So he's not where his wife and daughter is, but I have a feeling that's not where we need to present it. Because one of them is Mr. Deacon and the other one is Lauren D. And she goes by Lauren Pops. Lauren D is engraved onto this pendant. I see that they wrote out her first name, but why just the D? Maybe it's the result of poor planning? I guess. Well, at least if I had to shorten my name and make it K. Faraday. Oh, she's right. It would still work! Oh, it would also still work. That way, even if you just sound it out, it'd still say my name, K. Faraday. I suppose it has to be the same and abbreviate to M. Edgeworth. Hold on, I think you should abbreviate as M.E. Get it? Haha! Who would have thought the silver pendant could stir up such a strange conversation? I've heard of stranger conversations, Edgeworth. This one is nothing.
Objection!
Oh my god. Okay, so I have a feeling that this is, I have to present the winged pendant. I just need to understand what statement I should present it in. I mean, it is perfectly probable, but again, why is it only Lauren D?
Objection!
Nope.
Knock them back!
Oh my god. Go away, Lady Gaga. Yeah, I already saw your diss. Maybe I need to present it in the first statement. This is one of the quirks in the Ace Attorney series. Sometimes you just forget where. The game is very linear in the fact, like, you can only present a piece of evidence in a certain statement.
Objection!
Nope. Oh my god. No, I already... I forgot. I absolutely forgot. I'm not going to... No, that's not that. Isn't it possible they both knew that fact? I'm gonna try and press it again.
Hold it!
I think I already did, though. You think they knew? Yeah, I only think... They both knew that the other, but they had to pretend they didn't, because... I'll give it to you, Link. You're giving me a statement that I'm actually struggling with. He's actually giving me a struggle. One sec. We are back. I'm still trying to understand. Isn't it possible that they both knew that fact? A very good question that I'm still struggling to understand, but it's not the one where we need to add an extra statement. Let's see, who's here right now? Welcome to the stream. Currently streaming Ace Attorney. Currently stuck on a statement. I'll give it to you. It was no coincidence they became involved, and the two of them made a good use of their meetings to plan the little kidnapping.
Hold it!
Again, I don't think I need to press any additional statements. No coincidence that they became involved in the house of Amano.
Objection! Objection!
Oh my god. Wait. I'm not checking the strategy guide. I'm not checking the strategy guide. I'm gonna solve this like a grown, like, as it should be. Because I'm gonna try and present the horse.
Objection!
No. No. Oh my god, no, I don't want to hear how I'm overconfident lying. I'm currently not. I don't have time for your bullshit. This is classic Ace Attorney right there. It was no coincidence. The reunited pair.
Objection!
Oh my... No, that's not it either. Again, like, I can just not do that. Man, you know, in the old Ace Attorney days, you just wow. In the old Ace Attorney days, what you needed to do was to, like, turn on and turn the cartridge on and off again. It was no coincidence the red paint pair became involved in the House of Amano. Yeah, but they weren't reunited! They weren't reunited, you dumb fuck!
Objection!
No. Okay, I'm not going to check. Hello, welcome to the stream. You currently caught me in the very fun, moment of the game where I get stuck. There's no coincidence they run. I mean, we know there's a third kidnapper. Probably, but it's not... But it's not like the evidence we want right now. This is not relevant for now. Let me know if you guys have any ideas while I'm trying to solve this. Okay. Isn't possible they both knew that fact. I think I already presented both the wings.
Objection!
Okay, I already presented the wings. I already presented the Pegasus as well. What did I not present? E. The guard presented the dossier, and I already presented the pendant. You also can't present profiles in this game, which was a function only in the second and third game. Fun fact.
Objection!
No. I'm not looking up. I'm not looking it up. Not looking the solution up. I'm a big girl with a big brain. But it's really hard to follow the logic of this testimony, like finding the flaw. I don't want him to take a look at the piece of evidence. I want to have him object. One more attempt, and I'm looking up a strategy guide. That's it. I don't know how long I've been on this fucking confrontation. Its shape is like a pair of wings. Lauren D is engraved on the back. Details: Oliver Deacon's real name and history. Press on this again. I mean, how they plot to commit the crime as blood relatives. Can you think of a better partner? They're suddenly a pair. The butler and the girlfriend know. Yes, from the very beginning, they pencilly practice their roles as well. Okay, fuck it. I'm looking it up. I said I'm gonna be a big girl, but like I'm stuck. I'm genuinely stuck. Strategy wiki. You know, I really thought that my memory of I genuinely thought that like oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! So, I completely forgot. Like, I think I understand, but man, that sucks. God fucking damn it. The issue isn't that like they didn't know they were related. The issue is that there's 3 kidnappers, and we already established that. Fucking hell. Oh my god. This is really embarrassing. Embarrassing for me. This is going to be the last time I'm going to look up solutions to the stuff. This is really embarrassing. Fuck you, Lang. I wasn't thinking. I mean, I was thinking, but I overthought. Let's go. This kidnapping wasn't planned by just 2 people alone. And what kind of proof do you have for that? Like, simply there were 3 kidnappers. 3? 3 of them. 4 costumes were stolen from the Wild West area's back room. From the back rooms? Oh shit, not the back rooms. We found one of them to kidnappers' hideout. But as for the other 3, we can assume that they were being worn by 3 different people. We also found a set of 3 cups and 3 floating chairs used in the hideout. Man. Okay, I'll give it to you, Lang. You actually managed to get one out of me. Because you got too stuck on the possibility of, like, them working and they're pretending. And it made me completely forget about the 3. So yeah, Lang can read documents. But he did not find out what we found out. I'll give it to you. You still suck. It all clearly points to a 3-man group. And I believe this 3rd person is the real mastermind behind the kidnapping. Who? Who is this mastermind? I present to you the brains behind the kidnapping. Well, here's the thing. So right now we know that Ernest Tamano had nothing. I already know the solution to that one, but I'm gonna try to go with this one. Shihina wasn't here. Oliver Deacon is dead. Mike Meekins was already declared innocent. Wendy Oldbag doesn't have that in her. Lauren Pops is not the culprit. Emma Gumshoe is in there. Ernest Tamano was one of the people. Doesn't make sense. So going by process of elimination, it can only be Lance Amano.
Take that!
I already knew that, but but I'm going to try to go with the game's logic. Lance Amano? Yes, this abduction was in fact schemed by Lance himself. Recall what he said when he appeared before us. Oh, right, remembering stream content. Did you see the faces of the kidnappers? Oh wait, that was... Did you see the faces of your kidnappers?
No, I didn't see their faces, but one was a woman.
However, there were 3 kidnappers, which is an indirect contradiction to what he said. But I only saw 2 people. This guy was being held hostage. It's possible he couldn't see all 3 of them. Ah, yes, but when you were being held, I have my doubts of what happened then. Lance, would you mind telling us what happened while you were being held captive?
I really don't remember much anymore. Honest. But if I don't tell you at least something, you won't believe me at all, will you?
Let's examine the guy.
I was kidnapped yesterday morning. They had me shut in that room, blindfolded, the entire time.
But the kidnappers suddenly disappeared around the time I heard rain falling outside. My hands were cuffed, but it was a stroke of luck that they left me alone. I made my escape and ran away from the room as fast as I could. Through the underground passageway, I presume. Are you okay?
Sorry, I really didn't want to recall that horrible ordeal, but... Yeah, my therapist told me not to bring up those kinds of things in front of public people.
Now, you believe me, right?
No, not quite yet. Ah! How can you not? Why do you look at me with icy daggers in your eyes?
Because he's a prosecutor and because they're all like that. I mean, it's better than being like you, Lang. I'll have you know, Agent Lang, the prosecutor's eyes are for discerning the truth. And should be interpreted to be cruel at times, then so be it. There's a sticking point in Lance's testimony. Let's see what he offers when I push him a little. So, let's press some statements. I hope there aren't any screams being picked up. I was kidnapped yesterday morning.
Hold it!
The kidnappers disappeared. The room fell into a sudden silence. I had been left behind an like an unwanted mutt.
And what do you mean by an unwanted mutt?
What a pointless question. It's not like he's going to tell you anything new, you know. Ouch, Kay.
It's a poetic simile. You should learn how to use them too. Oh, fuck this guy. You may look refined on the outside. Oh my god, he's a classist!
It's no good if you're not refined on the inside as well.
Okay, guys, lock him up. Classist right there. My hands were cuffed, but with a stroke of luck they left me alone. And when I escaped, I ran away from the room as fast as I could.
Hold it!
How did you manage to escape? I wanted to get out of there, but the door was leading outside was locked, which is why I had to use the underground passageway to make my escape. And our escaping is equally as hard. This is an inviolable piece of testimony. I mustn't let it go unexamined. The door leading outside was locked tight, so I had to use the underground passageway. Well, it wasn't locked. It was actually jammed.
Objection!
There we go. You say the door was leading out was locked, but was it really? Oh, he's not really locked. He's not really cuffed, is he? We're talking about the room behind the saloon front, right? Wow, I can't say words today. Look, I heard it took quite a few men to get that thing over. Right, Sheena? Sheena. Yes, that's correct. Then take a look at this. What is that? A sword? It's not especially reliable if it's broken like that. Allow me to start from the end. My conclusion is that the door was never locked. It was simply held shut by this sword, which was used to jam the handle. Lance, even though your hands were cuffed together, you could still use them. If that's the case, why didn't you just simply remove the sword and escape? Why didn't I? I was disoriented. Yes, that's it. I didn't notice it, which is honestly... If you didn't notice it, then you have worse perception than I do in the Portal streams, Lance, and that's not a very hard competition. As if I should accept such a bold-faced lie. You locked yourself in that room because you had to make yourself look like the victim. But you did not, in fact, possess the key to that door. That is why you used the prop sword to improvise and create a prison of your very own.
Not so fast!
Not so fast. You've been making this guy on to be one of the kidnappers for some time now. I wonder if you've forgotten something very important along the way. And what would that be? A motive. What else? Do you honestly think that an upright pure boy like him would hatch up a completely pointless scheme such as kidnapping himself?
Objection!
Well, that's also true. This proves that Lance did indeed have a motive to commit the crime. And it's a very chilling,
Take that!
And it's the very chilling love letter. To put it simply, Lance had a very urgent need for money. This is hardly a typical love letter. It is in fact a collections bill. It appears our stunning boy had accumulated quite a debt. Isn't that right, Lance? Ugh.
Looks like it's hard being the son of a rich man, too.
No, he's just really bad at spending money. There really isn't much else to say. Welcome to the stream, Ball of Goof. I hope, sorry I didn't acknowledge you before. Sometimes there are some strangers. Happy Rosh Hashanah. I hope you had a lovely holiday. We're currently playing Ace Attorney, hopefully finishing the kidnap turnabout.
It must be rough when you have to resort to stealing from your old man, huh?
Oh, she was being sarcastic. Alright, I give up. I abduct myself.
Lance!
It's over, Lolly. The worst nickname you can give to a girlfriend. Oh my god. We really are bound to our own fates, after all. All I wanted was to go with you to a new town, somewhere where no one would know us. I wanted us to be well off with that $1 million, but now that dream is over.
Oh, Lance!
Then you are giving yourself up. Yes, I had planned to run away from this world with my Lolly. Man. That's literally the worst. That's literally the worst nickname you can give to a girlfriend. I will say it and I'll say it again. Absolute cringe. Oliver even helped us with the plan, but then he had to go and stab us in the back. He turned on you. Maybe he didn't want to split the mare and some money. That's my guess. It happened almost right after you made the drop-off. We were alone. He attacked me all of a sudden. After a brief struggle, I was able to contain him and keep him under control. We left him inside the room, and Lolly and I made our escape. We wore different costumes and split up. Lolly left first in the Blue Badger costume. That would mean the person and Officer Meekin saw was Miss Pops. But right then, the old man just had to wake up. He was careless, and he tackled me pretty hard from behind. Then Oliver put a bad badger costume, took the suitcase with the $1 million and ran. I contacted Lolly right away and warned her that he had a gun. Welcome to the stream. Again, I have a lot of screaming right now from the background. We are currently finishing Ace Attorney Investigation Miles Edgeworth. And it seems like the kidnapping was orchestrated by the kidnappee. Okay, I'm back. I had no idea they were related, so I thought it could be only end badly.
I still don't believe it! That person was not my father! Because if he was, I just killed my own father!
Ooh. Lolly, then it really was you. Seems like we're still not out of the patricide accusations. That woman really is diving into the patricide accusations.
That man was not my father because at the stadium there was a bad badger pulling the suitcase with the $1 million in it. But that badger pointed his gun at me, aiming to shoot me dead. That's why I used the gun I got from Lance. There was a gunshot, the other person crumpled the ground, and I ran, scared for my life.
You think the big picture is finally coming into focus, don't you?
Lolly, forgive me. I didn't think it would turn out into something so frightening. If only I could have protected you. So Miss Pops, she shot her own dad without even knowing who he really was.
That's what she said, it's true.
Are you saying she's lying? But why would she lie about something like that? What purpose would it serve?
You would be surprised how often people lie without even realizing it themselves, Kay.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
What I mean is, listen very carefully to her confession once more and you'll see. Okay.
That man was not my father, I mean because of the stadium. With the $1 million...
Okay, she used the gun she got from Lance. Shot Mr. Deacon.
Miss Pops.
Crying noises.
Yes, I shot him.
Ha ha ha! And that, as they say, is that. Agent Lang, Miss Pops is far from done. She hasn't even finished her testimony yet. If you're going to continue questioning her, what a waste of time. Miss Pops, if you please.
All right. There was a gunshot. The other person crumpled to the ground and runs. Oh. Poor Miss Pops.
What will become of her, Mr. Edgeworth? She seems to be telling the truth regarding what happened at the stadium. However, I don't believe it to be absolutely correct. Listen very carefully to her confession once more and you'll see. I'm gonna try and press once more. Were you able to clearly see the gun?
Yes, I got a very good look at it when it was pointed at me. Oh, Father, why would you try to shoot me?
You really think a father would shoot his own daughter, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't know.
I don't want to believe it myself. But it's true. My father's left arm was raised with a gun in it. Pointed straight at me. I'm about to die, I thought.
Miss Pops!
Exclamation point!
Please calm down and take a deep breath. And then, would you allow me to please hear that last statement one more time?
Yes, of course. That badger pointed a gun in the left hand at me, aiming to shoot me dead.
And what was Colin DeForest's dominant hand? It was the right one.
Objection!
Easy contradiction. I have a dossier on your father. According to this, your father was right-handed.
Then...
The person pointing the gun at you from atop the stage was not Mr. Deacon.
Welcome back!
Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. I think you need to take a refresher course. The Bad Badger has a model gun attached to his right hand, which is why the only hand he could have held with the real gun was his left. Isn't possible that it went down like that. Agent Lang, were you paying attention to what Miss Pops was saying? Then again, I suppose I can't expect someone who has never set foot in court to catch it. I'm Agent Lang. I'm so smart. I say things and I believe they're correct. And I don't think. Because I have fur for brain. Enough with the smugness. Out with it already. Miss Pops told us earlier.
There was a bad badger pulling the suitcase with the $1 million in it.
According to you, the Bad Badger had the gun in his left hand. Which would mean he was putting the suitcase with his right hand. Isn't that correct, Miss Pops?
Yes, exactly. And I'm sure it was the Bad Badger. It had those huge sunglasses on its face.
If that's the case, even I can see There is a huge contradiction. Yes, Miss Pops claims to have seen the Bad Badger, and yet the Bad Badger had both his hands full. These two pieces of information contradict each other. So one must be wrong. Maybe it wasn't the Bad Badger. Oh, whoops. Not the right one. It was the right one. Oh no, I'm not bad at my lore and my Gatewater lore. I need to think carefully about the facts here. Miss Pops claims to have seen the Bad Badger, and yet the Bad Badger had both of his hands full of something or another. We're going to go into save scumming again. In true Ace Attorney fashion. They are both correct. Impossible! That just leaves us with an irresolvable contradiction. Miss Pops' entire statement rests on the fact that she saw his sunglasses and beard. But what if the Bad Badger wasn't wearing pants on his lower half? This proves there was a way for the Bad Badger to freely use both of his hands. I'm pretty sure I need to present the head.
Take that!
The costumes have two parts to them, a head and a body. Oh, I get it now! The head Miss Pops saw was probably really the head of the Bad Badger. However, it is not possible that the body was that of an entirely different badger. A different badger? Yes, or to put it more bluntly, I believe it was the lower half of this badger. It was the proto-badger.
Take that!
What the heck is it? I know, it's very cursed. It's the proto-badger. Yes, and it's simply a matter of process and elimination. Miss Pops was wearing the blue badger's costume, so we can eliminate that one. And the pink badger is the wrong color, which would have been incredibly obvious. All that is left is the proto-badger costume. Miss Pops, who was the one who wore the proto-badger costume?
That would be Lens.
Ugh.
Not so fast!
Are you saying what I think you are? Lensamano donned the Bad Badger's head and pretended to be Mr. Deacon. Top of which he plotted to shoot Miss Pops while wearing the hideous thing. The stage was set in the stadium was nothing more than a setup. And its purpose was to lead Miss Pops into believing she had committed murder. Standing there in front of Miss Pops and pretending to be the victim. It was all done so she would pull the trigger. I have no idea what you're talking about. Why exactly would I have to do all that, huh? Oh, that's a good question. Also, welcome to the stream. We're currently continuing it and trying to explain why Lansamano aimed to shoot his girlfriend, aside from the fact that he's pretty shitty. He calls her Lolly, for fuck's sake. There is but one reason, Lansamano. You are the real culprit behind the murder of Mr. Oliver Deacon. What?
No!
That's slander! Take it back! You take it back right now! Just out of curiosity, Lance, which is your dominant hand? I'm left-handed. But what does it have to do with anything? It depends. According to Miss Pops, her attacker held the gun in his left hand.
Not so fast!
Ha! Who is what-handed doesn't prove a thing. And besides, now you're just being absurd. It's not like the Proto-Badger is bulletproof. One misfire and he would have found himself dead, right?
Objection!
Of course, logically, if he had been shot, he probably wouldn't be here with us. But I believe he had thought of that as well, and prepared accordingly. And this should be the evidence, all the evidence you need. This is how Lance made sure he wouldn't be hit by a bullet. He gave her a model gun. Because Lauren Pops is not very smart. We found one half of the Bad Badger costume in the hideout. A broken one. It was not the same one as the victim was wearing, plus it was missing something. And that something is the model gun that the Bad Badger carries,
which can fire blanks. What? Miss Pops, where's the gun you used now? I threw it away into the sea. That makes it a bit tough to verify what it was. Of course. Man, Lauren. Although I believe we can safely assume that it was that model gun question.
Knock them back!
I've heard enough! All you've been doing is sparting so far is pure conjecture. I admit that as long as the model gun is lost to us, I can't prove I'm right. However, I can say that the probability that I am right is very high. Okay, let's pretend you're right and that the murder at the stadium was a fabrication. In that case, where do you think the murder really took place, Mr. Prosecutor? I don't know yet. Ha! I knew you were full of it. However, I do believe that the murder took place during an earlier time frame. Please wait a second! It's simply not possible!
It is indeed not possible.
Because I saw Mr. Deacon after he was restrained by Lance.
She saw the victim in a state of being restrained. More conjecture. Lauren, you are defending the most worthless man. You need to raise your standards. Lauren, just because he's 21 does not mean that he's mature, and it does not mean that he's worth it.
I came back to the hideout long after the other two. By that time, Lance has already subdued and restrained Mr. Deacon. He had tied Mr. Deacon securely to the beam in the room next door.
Wait, that was me!
After that, the two of us put our costumes and made our escape.
That was me, though! What the fuck, man? So Mr. Deacon must have been escaped after the two of you, right?
We thought that it'd attract too much attention if we were left together, so I left first. We planned to meet up again on the stage in the stadium. But then, as I was walking through the park, I got a call from Lance on my cell phone.
Oliver managed to escape. It looked like he was waiting until I was alone. He also stole the gun from me at the time. And then the murder happened. Mr. Deacon must have overheard their plan to meet up at the stage. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, Miss Pop saw the victim with her own eyes. Which means that the victim was still alive at the time, wouldn't you agree? Why does that sound wrong to me? Because that was you who was held in the other room. There must be something amiss about this account. Let's see what happens when I examine it more in detail.
Hold it!
You are sure that it was Mr. Deacon you saw?
Yes, I am certain of what I saw.
Did you go into the other room to check?
Lance said it was the best if I did not get too close to him. Lance, he's such a kind soul.
Then are you telling me that you did not confirm that it was Mr. Deacon for yourself?
I checked through the door that separates the two rooms. He had a bad badger's head on, so I'm absolutely sure. That just had to be Mr. Deacon.
She saw a bad badger. I mean, dude. Lauren, my girl. My poor summer child. It was literally me.
Objection!
It was literally me. I'm begging you, Lauren. Miss Pops, the person you saw was not Mr. Deacon at all.
Huh?
The person you actually saw was this person. It was me! It was me. It was me! Hi.
The person I saw was you, Mr. Edgeworth.
I always thought it was a bit odd. Why would the kidnappers abduct me even after I had handed over the ransom? Oh, he's sweating. That's always a sign to put on some deodorant. It's not as though I saw the face of the kidnappers. If I were them, I would have just taken the $1 million and ran. But in the end, there was a point to it all. It was to make me look like Mr. Deacon. Like a decoy, some may say. And if that is the reason for which I was abducted, then I believe that we can assume it was the victim who's already dead at the time. Well, Lance, am I right? That's... You showed Miss Pops a person, namely me, with the bad badger's head on, and then made your costume escape together. Or so you pretended.
Huh? What do you mean he pretended? How dare he pretend?
I mean... Listen, Lauren, honey. Men these age can pretend about a lot of things. Like pretending to kidnap you. Pretending they have emotional maturity just because they can buy alcohol legally. Pretend they have standards. The list is endless. Exactly that. I believe Lance watched you escape and then doubled back to the hideout. Probably to come and remove the bad badger head from my unconscious self. And to create a fake prison with the corrupt sword. And then he escaped via the passageway. Hold your tongue, boy. Don't get caught up in that tidal wave of words coming out of Mr. Prosecutor's mouth. Oh, wow. A tidal wave, we say. We've heard a lot come out of you, and yet I've yet to see a shred of evidence. The victim's betrayal and the subsequent entertainment. All that could have happened while you were out cold. That's right! You were out for quite a while, Mr. Prosecutor! Even if that were the case, Miss Pops would still have seen me hide that beam.
I was scared of Mr. Deacon, so I didn't go into the next room. So I really have no idea if you were there or not, Mr. Edgeworth.
You see, it would seem that even you can't prove a thing. Who said that? Seems like Mr. Amano entered the chat room. Please wait. Mr. Amano. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Miles, my boy, it looks like you're really giving it your all. And Lance, it's not good to cause trouble for others. Dad! Let's see. You are the one in charge of the investigation, correct? Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry that my son has been nothing but trouble. This probably won't make up for anything, but I have some evidence for you. Oh, did you now? Look at this man with the weasel hands. Oh, is this what I think it is?
It's the bad badger costume what the victim was wearing, and the gun!
You guys know that one anime meme where it's like you see a guy shoving ramen into like a into the bowl? I think it's from Gintama. I heard that show is pretty good. I couldn't wait around for the police, so I went and found these myself. It appears that they were disposed of in the sea. Ugh, is there no one in this country who actually obeys the law? Stop being a fucking cop, Lang. You also don't really obey the law. There they now, Agent Lang. Please calm down. What the heck is that scrap of paper? That appears to be a letter from the Chief of Police. Please allow Mr. Amano complete freedom to do as he sees fit. It says, wow, that's corrupt. That's a red flag right there. What? The Chief of Police? What the? Just who does he think he is? The person who wields the highest authority in the area. I know what the Chief of Police is, Shihina. Oh, ho, ho. There now. There is no need to be so upset. I'm not a cop from this land. You're a cop from the garbage can is what you are. So I'm not bound by the laws of your country. Now. This wasn't meant to strong argument to anything, it's just a request. I'm only asking you please respect the laws of the land. I can't really say no to that. However, returning to the topic at hand, It doesn't matter who found the evidence, its value remains unchanged. Alright, now let's take a look at this new evidence. I've already got the results back. I had a special forensics research lab that I'm on good terms with conduct the tests. Wow. They verified that the blood in this costume belonged to Oliver. As for the gun, the only fingerprints they could find were yours, Lauren. Did they? What? You disappoint me, Miles. I can't believe that you would cause my son such stress and heartache. Yeah, he's not on our side. Big betrayal right there. Top 10 anime betrayals. Cue the violence. Thank goodness I was able to find the final pieces of evidence. With this, you'll have no reason to push my poor boy around. That's it. These are the case-making pieces of evidence. Huh, I'll be the judge of that. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Let's begin with the gun. The bullet hole. It looks kind of burnt around the edges. Wait, those burn marks were left by the gunpowder. This is the most important fact.
Why is that?
Because it's proof that the victim was shot at point-blank range. Could this gun be the actual murder weapon? Let's examine it then. I mean, I don't know if it actually updates the evidence, but let's see. I found Miss Pops' fingerprints on this gun.
Can you let me hold it for a sec?
I shouldn't if you don't know how to handle it. Besides, Miss Pops' prints are on it.
Look, I'm wearing gloves. They'll be okay. I just want to take a look, that's all.
It's not like I'm going to run off with it. The only things I don't return are treasures. Kay is an absolute raccoon. If anyone wants to get an idea to draw something, I recommend, how about trying to draw Kay as a raccoon? That'll be really funny. Stealing the one would land you in jail, you know. You're not fun, Edgeworth. And the final piece of evidence. What's this? It looks like there's something inside the costume head.
Hey, they sparkle! I bet they're really valuable!
And then she looks and it's just glass. Sorry, but they're just pieces in the mirror. But why are they here? It's a surprise too that'll help us later. Well, are these not the most definitive pieces of evidence you've ever seen? Thank you, Dad. This should be enough to convince Mr. Edgeworth over there. Well, time to cross-examine this asshole. And we're in boss battle theme music. Let's go. Make no mistakes. There are fingerprints on that murderous gun. And they prove that it was Lolly who killed Oliver. But Oliver was also after Lolly's life. So Mr. Edgeworth, even you must see that Lolly was only acting in self-defense. The fingerprints on the weapon, huh?
Oh no, this isn't helpful at all.
Look, Mr. Edgeworth, all I want to do is to save Lolly. But in the end, all I can do is watch over as she takes the punishment for her crimes. Raise your standards, Lauren. He's not worth it. That may be all you can do. However, I still have a case to solve and a job to do. The job of unraveling your insidious lie. You ruined me. Why won't you believe me, even in the face of all this evidence? And why do you believe the victim was set on taking Miss Pop's life? I suppose it's because he wanted to silence her, to keep her quiet because she knows the truth behind the kidnapping. If that's the case, why did he not target you as well? That's because he knew that if he killed me, he wouldn't be able to control my father. Oh, right you are. Even if it cost me millions, I would have had the killer found. I believe he didn't kill you for an entirely different reason, however, I digress. Look, more than he didn't kill me, I'm worried about what will happen to Lolly. Sure you are.
Hold it!
Justified self-defense. I suppose that's a possibility given the circumstances. Really? Oh, thank goodness. However, self-defense was not necessary in this case. What do you mean? Miss Pops is innocent. She didn't do anything, so why would she need to defend herself from nothing? You still don't believe a word I say, do you? Ty argument lingers on the fact that her fingerprints are on the gun. However, the truth does not lie here. It lies in whatever he's hiding from me. But not for long. Okay, let's continue pressing for statements. There's fingerprints. Are you sure they belong to Miss Pops? There's no mistake about it. Through my connections, I had the best forensics techniques money can ever perform. My headcanon is that he just approached Emma Sky and basically gave her like a hundo, and then she basically did dusting for him. It's a bit out of character, but maybe. It'll give her more to do than just be an Easter egg. I find it a bit peculiar. What? Are you trying to pick an argument with me? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Sure, why not? Frankly, I don't believe that Miss Pops' prints should be on that gun to begin with. And the reason why Miss Pops' prints should not be in the gun is, well, it's because they were all wearing costumes. I'm gonna try to present the costumes.
Take that!
Yep, they were costumed. It's simply not possible for Miss Pops to have left any prints on the murder weapon. Because while she was in the stadium, Miss Pops was wearing a costume. Huh? But there has been no mistake. We found the fingerprints. Well, Miss Pops, do you remember touching the gun at all any time?
Yes! As a matter of fact, I did hold it for a bit back at the hideout. I handed it off to Mr. Deacon when he and Lance left for the haunted house.
To retrieve the ransom money, I suppose. And there you have it. That's when Miss Pops' prints were on the way to find the gun. Do you understand now, Mr. Amano? The fingerprints had nothing to do with Miss Pops' Miss Pops is the murderer. But you still don't have anything to prove that she isn't the killer, is it? Right? Oh wow, I'm mixing my accents right now. You seem very adamant about insisting that your girlfriend is a cold-blooded killer because he's throwing her under the fucking bus. Like, the fucking, like the worthless asshole that he is.
Oh, Lance!
What? No way! I'm incredibly worried about her. But that doesn't change the fact that you don't have any evidence, right? That's where you're wrong. I have the evidence. What? How? The story of Mrs. Pops killed the victim at the stage of the stadium. The whole affair is simply not true because that was not the real crime scene, but the setup. This proves the real murder was not committed to the stadium at all. It's the glass shards. Oh, wait, nope. A 0 out of 10? Since when are we rating logics? The scenario where the victim was up on stage and was possible. There must be something that invalidates it. Okay. We're going to save. We're doing a saving. This proves that the real murder was not committed to the stadium at all. Whew. Well, it's not the glass shards, unfortunately. I'm gonna try presenting the costume.
Take that!
Whew. Yeah, that worked. Let's take another good look at the costume the victim was wearing. Then I believe you will see why I insist he was not shot in the stadium. This is a part of the costume that proves it. Is it... Do we need to present the glass shards here? I'm guessing.
Take that!
That makes sense. Oh! Oh my gosh, no! Oh! 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 No, I found it. I got it, guys. I got it, chat. I completely understand. Understandable.
Take that!
Understandable. That was it. See, I'm following the line of logic. The burn around the bullet hole was made when the victim was shot in point-blank range. Ah, so you mean the murder Miss Oldbag saw in the stadium really was? Yes, she saw two people, but they were separated by a distance. If the victim was indeed shot from below the stage, there shouldn't be a gunpowder burn. Ugh! Look at you, Mr. Smarty Pants prosecutor. Well, it's better than being stupid pants cop. Shots fired. At your ego. And your logic. Since you seem to know all the answers, why don't you tell us where the real crime scene is then? Do do do. Do do do. Bow, 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 bow. Len set me up to look like Mr. Deacon back at the hideout. If that's the case, then the murder must have happened prior to that. And the location where Lance and the victim were just before I was in prison was... Whew. Got it. That's the real scene of the murder. The relocation in which Mr. Deacon was killed is here.
Take that!
Was in the haunted house. I think it's not unreasonable to assume the murder took place in the haunted house. The haunted house? Yes, and I have proof that it is highly likely that the victim was killed there. What proves the real scene of the crime was the haunted house? Twas the glass shards, my friend. Now we need to bring in the glass shards. That was it. These were found inside the costume the victim was wearing. They're fragments of a mirror. A mirror? And what does that have to do with anything? Indeed, you don't exactly expect to find pieces of a mirror inside a costume. Yeah, that's actually pretty dangerous. However, there is one place I can think of where there is a plethora of mirror fragments. And that is the haunted house. And the fact that there are so many mirrors in that damn place is a danger hazard. Why does Edgeworth keep investigating in places that are just big danger hazards? Because like in the haunted house, you have glass shards and like... I also think like they didn't even specify if it's plastic or not. So like imagine it's a summer's day and people go into the haunted house and they have unclothed shoes. That is a health hazard. So we have an airline that sells life jackets, and then you have Gatewaterland, which has big ass sharp glass shards all over the floor. Why? What for? This entire place is an OSHA violation. Lance Amano, I propose that you kill Mr. Deacon with the revolver in the haunted house. And that is a clue reference. After that, you stole the blue Badger-mobile to prove his body in the Wild Wild West area. The timing of where the blue Badger-mobile was stolen confirms that this as a fact. Ugh. Miles, my boy, say no more. I'm sorry, Mr. Amano, but I cannot do that. Be quiet. Yes, please do something. Stop the boy from speaking any more nonsense. Top 10 anime betrayal. And Mr. Manu, correct? I meant you. Now be quiet, Gramps. How dare you? I don't need your words. The only thing I require is evidence. Decisive evidence. And to call these mirror bits evidence is a bit too presumptuous, Mr. Prosecutor. Okay, so here's why Lang pisses me off. Because he went from evidence schmevidence, truth schmooth, logic schmogic, I saw him, I'm proving it. And then he's like, you know what? I'm going to say, I care about evidence now. I care about logic now. I care about decisive evidence now. Why? Because the plot demands it. So, there's a very easy way of fixing that with his character. It's very easy. Have him actually, like, talk about evidence and stuff in the beginning, and, like, have him be an evidence is everything. But, like, not really caring about the truth. It's like, oh, I found a culprit, I have the evidence to do so. It's like, there's a lot of, like, logical inconsistencies in the way he's built. It's just really forced. He feels very passive in terms of his motivation. He's like this weird wolf-shaped rubber band that adjusts himself to the narrative. What? Shihina, wasn't there a mirror in the kidnappers' hideout? Yes, there was a mirror there. A mirror that's for a haunted house. You see, isn't it possible that fragments got into the costume there? But Agent Lang, there were no fragments on the floor. The probability is very low. Probability. Longzi says, on truth's path, the word probability does not exist. Where is the consistency in this character? Why? Why is he like this? Why? The only thing that does exist is definitive proof. This fucking guy, I swear to God. The question, Mr. Prosecutor, is do you have definite proof you need? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you? Do I have solid evidence that proves the murder took place in the haunted house? The answer is no. See? So since you don't have any, shut up! You shut up and your flimsy-ass character. I don't have the evidence yet, but I'm certain that it occurred at the time I turned the ransom over. At that time, the only people at the haunted house, besides myself, were Lance and Mr. Deacon. If I can prove that the murder took place in the haunted house, then I can prove that Lance's guilt is in connection to the murder. What now, Mr. Edgeworth? Agent Lang, I have a special request. Yeah? I'd like to prove you that the scene of the crime was indeed a haunted house. Why in the world are you asking the werewolf for permission? Because I don't really have a choice if I want to find the truth. Alright, permission granted. But you're not to touch a single thing, got it? There won't be a problem. All that's important to me is the truth that brought to light. It doesn't matter to me by who or how it's done, as long as it is. Tcha! Shihina! I'm here. Put the paperwork in authorization immediately. Understood. I'll go get the Gatewater Group's approval. Who was that? Chat, I'm going to give you like a second to guess who it is. Who is it? This fucking guy. No. Let's hold on for a second. There is no need to obtain approval. Because I used my power of money to investigate and tamper with the evidence. Mr. Amano. Agent Lang, if you would please take a look at this document I pulled out of my ass. What is this? Shihina! Sheena. I'm just gonna call her Shihina. So, why is her name so hard to pronounce? It's the deed to the haunted house. Oh my god, he bought the haunted house? What is this shit? The deed. Read it out loud. Gatewater Lang Incorporated hereby bequeaths the property known as the haunted house to Mr. Amano to the lump sum of $1 million, paid full in cash. I'm shaking and crying right now. What is this? What? Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas! It's spring right now! As you can see, I'm the legal owner of the haunted house.
Are you kidding? When did you...
I ran into the owner of the park earlier. We made a deal almost immediately. How quickly things move when you can prepare $1 million in the blink of an eye. What an abs... Okay. Man, this feels awfully contrived. That $1 million you paid. Don't tell me it was... Oh, that's right. This disgusting suitcase belongs to you, doesn't it? And now Edgeworth has nothing but the disgusting suitcase. I don't have any more use for it, so you may have it back now.
You used the ransom money?
My Lance is a good boy. He even apologized for the kidnapping a bit earlier. Absolute nepo baby behavior. So, I do believe that I would forgive him. One sec. After all, he did return the ransom money. That's the way things are, so if you would please discuss things with me from now on. Discuss? What is there to discuss? Why, permission to enter the haunted house, of course. Ugh. While we're busy listening to Lance's story, Mr. Romano is out there preempting us. Permission to search the haunted house is denied. End of discussion. Why? Because money. And fuck you. Agent Log, I want you to arrest that girl. And Miles, you should hurry home now, my boy, before I really lose my temper. Oh, Mr. Romano definitely has the deck stacked in his favor here. What should I do? If I leave it like this, the truth will be lost forever. To be continued. And honestly, it seems like there is one thing left unaccounted for, and it's the truth, which Kay is stealing. Which Kay is stealing. If I can't get permission to investigate crime scene, the truth will be lost.
Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! I'm running in place and now I'm here. Hold it!
Kay!
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing spacing out? Have you forgotten? There's only one thing you should do at a time like this.
And what is that?
When the people are in a blind, the hero of justice appears to save the day. Look, you just leave it to me. For I am Kate Faraday, the second of the great Yatagarasu.
But I thought you were a thief, not a hero.
Yatagarasu is noble, and is always a thief of justice.
And, okay, I'm just gonna bring up something here, because some people complain that Kay doesn't steal anything. But like, look at what she's doing right here. She is stealing a crime scene from a man who's holding it back. Sure, she might not be planning a heist, but she is using her tools to steal from the corrupted.
That's, of course. If we have enough information, I can recreate it inside the haunted house with this. Plus, if we even factor everyone's testimony,
you can recreate exactly what happened when I dropped off the ransom money. We may be able to figure out some new information through this. It's worth a try. Agent Klein. Ah, so you want to use your little toy. Be my guest.
Okay, hang on. You're all about to witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood.
Detective Gumshoe, is there a copy of the haunted house's blueprint among the police reference documents?
Yes, sir.
We got it in case we need it for the kidnapping case.
All right. I'll input the haunted house data then.
What is this? What are we? It's like we're inside the haunted house. Even if we can inspect the relocation itself. The path to the truth slumbers here. If I can successfully navigate my way using logic, I'll ultimately arrive at the truth. Now then, I believe I'm ready to investigate a crime scene.
Okay, what should I recreate first?
You haven't figured it out yet.
Maybe I have, maybe I haven't, but I'm going to make you do all the hard work.
Very well. I'd like to inspect the moment in which I was ambushed by my abductor. The two of them were definitely in this place that time.
If I can verify it may provide me with new lead. I had just come out of the hallway after leaving the money inside the dining room. There at the time, I saw a badger slumped over the floor in the end of the hall. That was a badger holding... What was the badger doing all the way down there? Oh, he was there just to haunt his nightmares. I also thought it strange. However, I thought that maybe it was simply a mannequin that was set there for an atmosphere. Do you know which badger it was? No, it was too dark to tell. All I saw was its silhouette. In that case, I'll just program a badger silhouette in for now. Okay, programming complete. Kay really is the saving grace of this case. I think that like she and the Little Thief investigation, it really helps to save this. Honestly, like I don't want to call this case mediocre, but I think that like it's pretty meh. It's fun, there's a lot of fun moments, but it's just not really that engaging. And it's like, and also the fact that Lang is just not a good protagonist, not a good antagonist. Then when I started walking towards the exit. And that's when you were struck from behind, right? Yes. But that's odd. The hallway is dead end. Where did your assailant come from? There's only one location I can think of. I believe my assailant was lying in wait here. Maybe he was the badger.
Take that!
The doll I saw wasn't really a doll. It was in fact a costume kidnapper. So he used the costume as the perfect camouflage to blend in with the rest of the house. Precisely. He waited until I had made the drop-off and was about to leave. Then, just as he saw me take a step towards the exit, he stood and launched his attack. I can think of no better hiding place than this. Hey, not bad! I'm beginning to think I should steal this tactic for myself. Just don't use it to do anything criminal, Kay. It's... the simulation is kind of shaking right now. And he teleported. Well, Lance? What? What are you asking me for? As one of the kidnappers, I figured I should give you the chance to confess first. I was one of the kidnappers, but I don't know anything. I did come up with the haunted house, but I never set foot inside. I left Oliver in charge of picking up the ransom money. He didn't set a foot inside. Is he telling the truth or is it a lie? Alright, then you're claiming that it was Mr. Deacon who assaulted me. Yes, I'm sure it was him. Okay, inputting new info. Mr. Deacon was now the Bad Badger, right? Since the Bad Badger had a gun attached to his right hand, I'll have it changed so that the weapon is in its left hand. And to verify the facts of this recreation. I mean, based on the cutscene, we already know that Lance is lying to us. But let's examine it regardless. You didn't recreate the weapon. Well, I can't exactly recreate something I know nothing about. So tell me, what were you hit with? The attack came from behind, so I have no idea. But I doubt it was someone's bare hands. Okay. Then where were you hit? I was hit on the right side of my head, just about above my temple. There was a bit of blood, but it wasn't anything serious. Ouch, sounds painful. Why are you smirking like that when you say it? Because she's a bit of a brat?
It's just your imagination. Now, let's see. I wonder if there's anything in the hallway that could have been used as a weapon. I'm looking for something a culprit could have used to hit you with.
Well, we already know it's the sword.
Take that!
I have it. There was indeed one such object lying in this hallway. A prop sword.
Are you talking about this thing here?
Yes, although we did find it at the kidnapper's hideout. Wait, yes, that's possible if the culprit took it with him after using it on me.
To leave no evidence behind, right?
Correct. It may be worth a more thorough examination yet.
So what test do you want to run on this sword?
Well, because the murder was costumed, we need to test it for luminol. The culprit was wearing a costume at the time, so fingerprint analysis is useless. Let's run a luminal test. It's possible that some of my blood found its way onto this. Agent Lang, may I ask for your cooperation in this matter? Like I have a choice. Sheena! Sheena! Call the lab, boys. Understood. Except a dab of the left side, it would appear that the blade is spotless. So it must be the left side of... So it must be the left side of the prop sword that you hit. So it must have been the left side of the prop sword that hit you then, right? Okay, I'll update the recreation with my new piece of info. One sec. I have a lot of bear invasions yesterday, right now. Okay, now it's time to deduce. 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 The deuce. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Hello, welcome to the chat. We're currently streaming Ace Attorney. Welcome. Good to see you. Hiya, Papaya. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And also a wonderful Rosh Hashanah holiday if you are submitting it. If any of you guys haven't followed me yet on Twitch, that'll be lovely. I want to reach the 50 emotes, so I'll be able to stream Honkai Star Rail and also be able to use new custom emotes, just like the one I showed earlier in the stream. Well, I think, well, he hit him on the right temple. So this is pretty easy. Finally, I found a clear contradiction of facts on the sword. Except for the bit of the left side, this prop sword is absolutely spotless. However, if the culprit used his left hand, the blood would be on the opposite side. The opposite side? Huh. If the culprit had the sword in the left hand, then the sword's right side would hit. I see. But the blood was on the left side of the sword, right? Which means that he used his right hand to hit you. Exactly. This prop sword has a large handguard attached to the hilt. It would be impossible to hold it with two hands while wearing a costume with such big hands. Therefore, if it couldn't be the left hand or both hands, it must have been the right. I'll change the data to reflect the right-handed swing. Not yet, Kay. There is no sense in changing anything yet. If you change the parameters to the right hand, it'd only create a new contradiction. Changing the prop sword with the culprit's right hand would conflict with what? Well, it would conflict with the dossier.
Take that!
That's because... Oh, shit. Never mind. Man, I am jumping to conclusions too quickly. Maybe it's because I know where the case is going, but it's not the case. I'm just gonna save it again, so I save myself the embarrassment. Okay, let's go. Changing the prop sword would be the culprit's right hand would conflict with what? Well, it would probably conflict with the fact that the blue badger has a gun. I mean, the bad badger has a gun.
Take that!
The bad badger already held the gun in his right hand, so he can't hold the sword in addition.
Hey, that's right! Then what now? If it wasn't his left hand or right hand,
it means that the one who struck me would not have been the bad badger. Are you paying attention, Lance?
Mr. Deacon would not have been able to have struck me, which leaves only you as our primary suspect. Fine, it was me. I hit you. It appears that you lied to me yet again. Let's see how quickly they catch up to you, Lance.
Wait, isn't Lance left-handed?
Ah, yes, but that's what makes this... But that's what makes this deception all the more interesting. He used his hand to make it look like Mr. Deacon had been the one to strike me. Well, you see, firing a gun with one's non-dominant hand is difficult. But that level of dexterity is required to swing a prop sword. Okay, please input the new data. The one who hit me from behind was Lance. Or should I say the proto-badger. Here we go! She looks so happy. Now we have a faithful recreation of the situation around on the attack on me.
Alright, all you have to do is examine this new recreation and...
Seems like Ryan has something to say. Even laugh over her face, what an ass.
And what exactly is so funny, Agent Lang? That I'm using a little gadget sure packs a punch, right, Sheena?
Yes, it was all I could do to hold my laughter in.
I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet.
Hey, don't make fun of little thief, you mean old werewolf.
He and Mr. Edgeworth bring out the best in each other. Yes. The next step in human relationships. You've had your fun, but now it's my turn. I've sat quietly by, listening. But the crude conclusions you two keep spewing don't whet this wolf's appetite. Then go eat a Snickers. If you're so hungry, man. There's no guarantee your Troy will always show the real situation at any given time. All it displays is whatever information you put in there, right?
Well, when you put it that way...
Your suppositions are wrong. It's not your fault, so I'm gonna let you in on this. There is a trick to this haunted house. And what may that be exactly? A trick beyond what your tiny imagination can produce. Sheena! There, here you are. Now then, what you missed, girlie? It is written right there in the pamphlet. Oh my god. No way. Is this in the pamphlet? No, it's not, because the game is holding back evidence from me because it wants me to be because it doesn't want me to catch up with things. Ha ha ha, hee hee hee. I love it when the games does that. One sec. Yeah, I'm just answering a quick question. The 7 Wonders of the Haunted House, the Disappearing Badger.
What is this?
I'd say that someone around here is fond of theatrics. And as you can see, they set a doll down the end of this hallway for that purpose.
Wow, I have a lot of things going on right now. I'm sorry. It's just that there's a bunch of things going in the meantime. And as you can see, they set it all down at the end of this hallway for that purpose. Basically, the little badger you saw is just a stupid doll. How can this be? Guess that throws your whole theory about it being your attacker right out the window. Grrr. Oh my god. Yeah, it's just, oh, there's a bunch of, but it can't be right. Maybe the culprit hit the doll somewhere. And then he laid down to pretend to be it instead.
Not so fast.
The criminal couldn't even hide himself in the hallway. How could he hide a giant doll? Huh. You get it now? Thanks to your presumptions. Your logic started off weak and led you to the completely wrong conclusion. You're just saying it's weak because you're manifesting that it's weak. Fuck you, Lang. Now get off your high horse.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Okay, I wonder if you could please input the new information for me. You don't know where to quit, do you? Yeah, we still have a bit of time until you finish the case. Can't quit, not until I declare that I've found the truth. Agent Lang, for the additional information, you have my thanks. There you go again. Well, see if I care. It's not like I admire you or anything, baka.
Okay, I'm updating the recreation now.
That looks really weird. Look at how it changes from the blue badger into the proto badger all of a sudden.
If the snumped over badger is just a doll, where's my attacker hiding?
Well, that's where we're going to find out, right? So come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go!
Yes, let's. This equation can't be right, which means there must be contradiction somewhere. We are running towards a contradiction. La 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 la. I'm interested to inspect every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Do we have something yet? This blue badger is just a doll that's used in a haunted house.
I bet the one who killed this blue badger was the bad badger, right?
According to the Blue Badger Bible, it says that they are each other's worst enemy.
All because one is an ally of justice and the other is a vile criminal with a gun?
Perhaps they were destined to battle each other. Much like the Steel Samurai in the Evil Magistrate. Oh my god, he's such a fucking weeb! What an absolute nerd of a man, my god. Wow, what's this Lang Haven stream? Okay. Sorry. Okay, sorry I just found it. Listen. It's not much Lang hate as much as it is Lang disappointment because I played this game in the past. And again, if people like Lang, that's absolutely fine. There's so many reasons to like him. His theme song is nice, his design is nice. For those of you who are into shipping, it's really nice. Like, he and Edgeworth have some very spicy fan art. Wink, nudge, nudge. And he has his moments. He also has really good animation. I just feel like he's one of the weaker Ace Attorney antagonists, especially on Revisit. Because, I just feel like his internal logic as a character just kind of changes from one moment to another. I'll explain again. Basically, Lang goes from Evidence, schmevidence, logic, schmogic, truth, schmooth. I don't care about that. I arrest. I'm an alpha. I dominate. Rawr, rawr, rawr. And then from that he goes to, oh, okay, I'm gonna respect your ways of the land. I'm gonna do that. And then from there, he basically goes to, like, decisive evidence. Rawr, rawr. So here's what's bothering me. I don't mind him being a corrupt character. That's fine, but it doesn't feel like there is a moment of reflection to, it doesn't feel like there is much of a moment of reflection to Lang. Like, there isn't a moment where, like, there is a moment where you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go with your flow, man. But I don't know, it just feels like Lang doesn't have much of an agency. He kind of reacts to what Edgeworth has to say to him. Why is he arresting the culprit? Because he's a corrupt cop and that's what he does, but it doesn't feel like he has much of a... he doesn't feel like he has much of a backbone as a character, at least in my opinion. His main target is to be an obstacle, which is correct, and that's also why, a lot of the prosecutors are. They're an obstacle in the way of the defense. And yeah, and like with Edgeworth usually, and it's also with Edgeworth in the Phoenix Wright game. In the Edgeworth game, like, he's like, oh, I'm gonna be here to say the defendant's guilty because he is guilty and fuck you. But it also feels like his, like a lot of his ways of working are, they make sense for his job. He's doing, like, he is going to pull the wool and play dirty, and it makes sense because he's been established as a demon prosecutor. With Franziska, it makes sense that, like, she is very vindictive and that she wants to take her revenge. Gatto as well, he also wants to take her revenge on Phoenix Wright. Clavier, on the other hand, is more interesting, and he kind of subverts the archetype by being, oh, I'm gonna help you out. And yes, he is going to go against Apollo, but he also has a lot, but like sometimes it doesn't feel like he hates him. It's mostly because he's toying with him. He's a bit of a brat, that Clavier. So yeah, with Lang, it just kind of feels like we need to have this antagonist man, and he needs to be in Edgeworth's way, and he needs to have this cute sense of justice, but it also doesn't really feel half-baked. You can't go... Like, it doesn't really feel gradual from going, oh, I don't care about it, I found my prey and I'm laying on it, to, like, being that. And, like, you can argue that he's adapting to the situation, but it doesn't really stick. It doesn't really convince me as much, in my opinion, at least. Okay, let's get back to, like, putting, this guy on stream. So, again, if you like Lang, despite all my salty opinions, that's totally fine. Part of it is, like, the rival stuff, but a lot of it is just me, being disappointed. I remember that he was cooler when I was, like, played the game, over a decade ago. Okay, so... there's a contradiction here. What is it? I think the... Oh! I see! Let's go! I think I see it! Look at the Bible, my guys!
Eureka!
His belt is upside down. His belt is reversed. Hold on a second here. There's something wrong with the blue badger.
Huh? Like what?
The way his belt is on him is the opposite of how it should be. Did you make a mistake? Anyways, that was, That
can't be. I inputted the image data exactly as in the pamphlet.
So then why did the blue badger dress up in reverse? That's a good question. The blue badger in the pamphlet photo is in reverse to the regular blue badger. But why? There must be some sort of explanation. Well, we need to logic our way out of this one. Let's see, there's a mirror. When you take a look around, it almost feels like a house of mirrors. Indeed. Who has ever heard of these many mirrors inside a haunted house before?
Well, at least we know this is the real crime scene thanks to these mirror shards. Hey, wait, these shards, there's something different about them. Oh. The ones we found earlier are thicker than the shards in these mirrors on the wall. And look! There's some sort of design on the back, too. These pieces of the costume are suddenly different from the other mirrors. What does this mean? Could it be that our pieces are not pieces of these mirrors?
That's a good question.
One that we'll figure out soon enough. But this was pretty easy. Soon was now. Okay, do you remember what you said earlier? What I said earlier about what? About how this building might be as well as been... How this building might as well have been a house of mirrors. A house of mirrors? Oh, that would explain the reversed or mirror image. Yes, this blue badger might be nothing more than a reflected image of a real one. Then was the blue badger you saw just a reflection? When I looked down this hole, I thought it was perfectly straight. However, if there was a mirror. Oh, then it would actually form an L shape, right? Precisely. I was deceived. The hallway was almost pitch black. And there was a beam in the way. One sec. Okay. Wait, but why build this place like that? It sounds pretty pointless to me. Okay, this house is just another attraction and amusement park. I created a mirror wall for a very specific purpose, one I can point out to you. This was the real reason they built the mirror wall. Well, it was for the attraction. Did they update the pamphlet? Yep, it seems like they did. So, let's take that. They did it for the badger. As it was written in the pamphlet, the main draw of this attraction is the mystery of the disappearing badger. You mean they built the mirror for that trick alone? But you said you saw the badger, so it was definitely still there. That was true at the time, however. Doing this allows someone to make the blue badger disappear in a flash. Yeah, I just have a bunch of messages right now, sorry. Well, they need to move the mirror wall. To remove a reflected image, simply move the mirror. Thus, the mirror was constructed so it would be moved. Then, beyond where the mirror was, an empty hallway was to be created. So when they wanted people to see the blue badger, they would open the mirror. And when they wanted to hide it, they simply had to close it again. Okay. Seems like I had an auto mod right now. This explains why the side of the fragments have a design on them. Ah, so if the pattern is the same as the other walls in this hallway, then the mirror was closed. It would blend in with the rest of the walls.
This is the mirror trick that this haunted house employs. And this also proves the existence of a hiding place for the culprit.
Huh? How so?
Think about it, Kay. There was a place that was inside my field of vision. The culprit kept out of sight by hiding here. Right?
Take that!
It was a very large... If my sailor hid on the other side of the movable mirror,
And you wouldn't be able to see him. You didn't even need to do anything to the blue badger doll.
exactly. All he had to do was wait from the other side of the mirror.
Wait, hold on. I just thought of something.
Yes?
Well, shouldn't the mirror wall be broken right now in reality?
Since we have a few shards of it, we can probably assume it is. Yes, most certainly is broken. The question is, when was it broken? Since we found these inside the victim's costume, that would mean the victim was there when the mirror was broken. Wait, that sound. Well, now we know. Leave the money and go, now. And now, that's when the glass was broken. The sound I heard was most definitely the sound of a mirror breaking. Okay, I'd like you to input new information.
Ah, don't scare me like that!
Sorry, but I need you to recreate something for me.
Sure, whatever you need. So what do you need anyway?
If you could first recreate this hallway just before I enter the dining room.
You got it!
I will say, despite my character issues, I think that the mystery itself is super cool. Now this, I believe, is how it was right before I entered the dining room. Although this time I thought it was but a single straight hallway. And then I went inside. It was around that time I heard the sound of a mirror shattering.
You heard what? Then...
Yes, I believe it was then that the mirror was broken.
Okay, so when you stepped outside into the hallway again...
The mirror wall should no longer exist. Kay, please recreate that.
Got it! Wait, but with the mirror gone, the culprit lost his hiding spot.
So where did he go in his proto-badger suit, Mr. Edgeworth? Huh, that's easy enough. With the mirror gone, he simply hid himself in the branch hallway.
I think that about wraps this up. Looks like we finally solved everything!
No, not yet. An even larger contradiction has now reared its head. Contradictions everywhere.
Perhaps you did not...
Perhaps you did not notice. Wow, I am blending my voices right now. How fun. But this recreation contains a very troubling inconsistency. The inconsistency between what I saw and the recreation lies. What is the inconsistency? Maybe it's the fact that the assailant was here. I'm going to... I still have some... oh, shit. It is one trick, Kay. I'm just really bad at figuring things out. A whoops. A big whoops. A big oop. Okay. Let's continue. Ooh.
Stop messing with me and just tell me what the answer is already.
Fine. I'm just gonna save again because I don't remember. I don't remember how to fix this. Very well. Thank goodness it would seem that she failed to notice my slip-up. The scene I saw before me and what's being presented in this recreation. There's something that was there, I want to say, that isn't this recreation. Oh, that was the was that the victim?
Take that!
Okay, take a good look at the end of the hole. Oh, there's no blue badger there! Exactly, the blue badger that I saw in this reality is not here. This is the final point of this long chain of logic. The last remaining contradiction. We did it, boys.
So let me get this straight. When you came out of the dining room, you saw a badger, right?
And that is precisely where the final contradiction lies.
Something that shouldn't exist was there before me. Who or what did you suppose it was? I believe this is the real identity of our mystery badger.
Take that!
That was the corpse. The badger I saw was in actuality the dead victim's body. Ugh. What? Agent Lang, the entirety of my complete logic is based on my final decisive piece of evidence. The murder happened in the hallway of the haunted house at the time of the drop-off. And you can consider the moment I heard the mirror breaking to be the real time of death for Mr. Deacon. No! Maybe it was due to their infighting, or perhaps it was the life-shattering bullet. See what I did there? He said shattering. How funny was that? But no matter what the cause was, the hallway mirror wall was broken.
Not so fast!
Indeed was. Huh. You were in the house that time, right? Are you telling me that they missed the sound of a gunshot?
Objection!
There were a variety of sound effects playing at the time. All for theatrics, I assume. The gunshot must have blended in right in. Yeah! Sound like a yeah. Now then, I'd like you to recall something for me. Who was it that was with the victim at the haunted house? Ugh. Who was it the one who had the opportunity to rob the victim of his gun and use it on him? No. It was you, Landamano. Fucking weep! I'm sorry! Oh, this breakdown is great. It's not like I had a choice. Oliver turned on me all of a sudden. Snapped and turned violent right after I hung up with you. He shoved me to the ground and straddled me. I fought him back as hard as I could, grabbed his gun and I shot him. The bullet must have went through the body and shattered the mirror. If I hadn't taken his gun and shot him first, I would have been the one you found. He's a hardened criminal. He escaped from jail. See, that justified self-defense. My boy was only trying to protect himself. It remains to be seen and will have to be resolved in court. Agent Lang, I leave the rest to you. As if you were the one in charge around here. I was the one in charge. You're just an NPC, literally. Guys, arrest these two and get them out of my sight. Wait! I had nothing to do with the murder. Yeah, but you were a fucking asshole. The only person you should be arresting is Lance. Dad! Wasted. Grand Theft Auto noises. Sorry, but you're not slipping away that easily, Mr. Ernest Amano. You tampered with evidence so that you could cover it for your son. What a great dad you are. Willing to risk it all. Truly touching. Grr. By the way, do you know why I'm really here? And how could I possibly know the answer to such an asinine question? You woo me. I came all this way from across the sea just to see you, you know. You came to see me? What's this supposed to mean? I have a few things to ask you, Mr. Romano, about a case from 10 years ago. A case from 10 years ago? Oh, what's the name of it you use here for that case? Sheena? It's known as the KG-8 incident. KG-8 incident? Oh, so you remember it. Good. Then you'll recall the trigger. The case was the Amano Group scandal. Specifically, the charge of an internal smuggling ring. Smuggling? There's that word again. At the time, the person who was arrested as the ringleader was Mr. Amano's very own secretary, Mr. Callan Devaray. Ooh! Ooh, I see. So that's how that that's how it connects to the main plot. I completely forgot about that.
Father!
Even though you pushed the crime onto your then secretary, Mr. Devaray. I always suspected you were involved with the smuggling ring, Mr. Amano.
Mr. Deveray was arrested in place of you, which is why he broke out. You hid him from the police, right? You hid him in exchange for his silence on your little dirty secret. No. Please calm down. I honestly have no idea what you're talking about. Pretend to be ignorant all you want. We're taking you down to the precinct anyway for a nice long chat. Get fucked. Oh, the assholes. Hold it! What the? Who the heck was that? Oh my god! Oh my gosh, it all comes down together. I forgot he was in this case. I'll take him down to the precinct if you don't mind. And who the heck are you? I'm Jacques Portsman. I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Oh, Jacques, thank goodness you're here. Don't jerk me around. This is an Interpol case, so keep your paws off my suspect. Sorry, but I can't comply. I got the backing of the prosecutor's office. See, in this country, we prosecutors work with the police to bring cases to court. So if you please cooperate with me, that'd be great. Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? Sorry, but I hate prosecutors, the whole lot of you. Okay, something to Long's credit. You actually do get a reason. You actually do get a motive for why he hates prosecutors. This fucking asshole, this Portsman guy, took his stuff from you. I completely forgot he shows up in this case. That's really cool. Guys, arrest the 2 suspects. Sir! Oh, I almost forgot. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, is it? I'd like to thank you. Thank me? Yeah, for working so hard to fulfill my goal. See, I'm not just a wolf. I'm a vulture, and I like to take credit for stuff that benefits me.
Hey, is that any way to thank someone? And what the heck is that supposed to mean?
You were so relentless, little Lance. You forced Ernest to tamper with the evidence. Thanks to that, I finally had a legitimate reason to arrest him. So how does it feel to bite the hand that feeds you? The hand that feeds me? I'm not sure I follow. It's no use to pretending with me. You're the one, right? You're the corrupt prosecutor that's working for Mr. Romano in the smuggling ring, right? Guys, he's literally over there. No, I would never do such a thing. The corrupt prosecutor era of me is over. It was over, like, 4 games ago. 3, I think. What the heck? Our intel's never wrong. In your prosecutor's office, there's definitely someone working with the ring. Ah, so Agent Long suspected my relation to Mr. Romano, and that's why he was such an asshole to us. That must be the real reason behind his antagonistic attitude, and not just bad character writing. On top of that, your mentor was meant for Von Karma, right? Ooh, he's using the Von Karma card. Of course. There were non-stop rumors flying around and forged evidence with that guy. You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors too, are you? Courtroom is a place where the truth is revealed. Long just completely missed entire character arc. Well, don't worry, it's only you. The whole lot of you can be trusted. Prosecutor never lost in 4 years. Every defendant must be found guilty. Fueled by that kind of thinking, is anyone or a court produced nothing but falsities and lies? He raises a point. He may raise a point. Emphasis on may. It would seem that his disdain extends just beyond me. Prosecutors, the courts. Why is this man so angry with us all? Rest assured, the next time we meet I won't be so forgiving.
It'll take you more than one statement to get rid of me. You won't only have to present, you'll also have to press, Miles Edgeworth. So don't you forget it. Please wait. Agent Shihina. Why does Agent Lang hate old prosecutors so? Lang is the head of the long-honored House of Lang in Zhengfa. The heads of all police-related divisions in that country were of Lang blood. What does that mean by that? Aren't they still? They were averted, but that was long ago. We don't hold that sort of sway anymore. And it was all because of the courts. That's actually a good thing, you know. Why are you playing the tragic music? Having one less family to take care of the police is actually a good thing. How can that be? A prosecutor once withheld and tampered with the evidence one of the Lang detectives found. That's bad. That's bad. The evidence purity was tarnished and the cost of Lang family and its honor and trust. Now we're getting a reason. But not all prosecutors are like that. Even so, Lang will never respect the court again. Or any prosecutor. Sergeant Lang is a man who hates all courts and is unwilling to forgive prosecutors. Man, what a piece of work that guy is. Come on, Jim, we better catch up. Yeah. We still gotta deliver that thing to the old man after all. Jackson Gumshoe, I believe it's time we wrapped up and headed out ourselves. Yeah, are you going home, Mr. Edgeworth? No, I've done nothing but being tangled in one mess after another since my return. If it's alright with you, can you drop me off at my office? No problem, sir.
Excuse me.
Yes? What is it?
Thank you very much.
Oh, it's okay. No need to thank me, pal. Just doing my job as a detective.
I guess I was fooled pretty badly by Lance.
You were 19, and you dated a 21-year-old. There's a gap of intelligence there.
Oh, cruel fate! What's a woman to do when she's been hurt by the one she loves? And to think I never realized my father was right there. I never said anything to him. I knew it! I'm a failure!
Ah, there she goes again, talking to herself. Miss Pops, I wonder if you know why your father participated in the kidnapping.
No, I have no idea.
Your father died when he was trying to stop Lance, which means that from the beginning he had no interest in that staged self-abduction.
Wait, then why did he...
I do believe it was because of your presence, Miss Pops.
Me?
Lance realized that the two of you were related, which is why he used you as a hostage to coerce Mr. Deveray into cooperating.
Father!
As a felon, he could not have his real relation to you. Tell you his real relation to you. However, as the Amano Group family butler, at the very least, he was able to watch over you. It was all he could do, but that was the shape of his overflowing love for you. And I, for one, am a big fan of dads loving their children. Go on, speak your mind.
That is... Thank you very much.
You're welcome, although there is no need to thank me.
No, Lauren, stop! I mean, this man is not so much older than you.
She has some sense. Also, he's extremely gay, Lauren, please. Please improve your taste in men, Lauren.
Looks like you've completely stolen her away, Mr. Edgeworth, and I thought I was the truth thief here.
Way to go, sir.
Your technique was way beyond the level of great thief.
Huh? What are you going on about now?
Wow, your abducting skills may be sound, but you have no street smarts.
That's Mr. Edgeworth for you. Last time I checked, it's called autism. All of the street smarts just going to steal samurai lore.
Yeah, I mean, he still hasn't figured out who I am at all. If you haven't remembered it all this time, I guess I'm just going to have to say it. This isn't the first time we've met, you know.
What do you mean, pal? Mr. Edgeworth, how do you know this girl?
Huh. Looks like you totally forgot about me too, Gummy.
Pal. Welcome to the Stream Explode things. We're actually done. I'm actually getting close to the end, but it's nice to see her here. Gummy.
Here, maybe this will jog your memories. I promised I'd return to you one day, remember? That single piece of cloth took me back far into my past. To that fateful day 7 years ago, when I first met that then child Kay and Detective Gumshoe.
A blanket. It's a handkerchief, not a blanket. The end. Kidnap turnabout. Without using story mode. What do you mean? I can't. There is a story mode to this, and it's just a visual novel. That's so lame. Such a weird thing to add. A hand blanket. So, we're done with it, and the next case is Turnabout Reminiscence. But that'll have to wait for another day. So, the Kidnap Turnabout. That's a case with some highs and some lows, and honestly, I'd have to say it's one of my... I wouldn't necessarily say it's my favorite in the series, but by the end of it, I was enjoying it. Some things I liked. I liked Kay. I really liked Kay. I liked the Easter eggs. I thought the Easter eggs were a lot of fun. Things I did not really like. Oh, and I also liked the resolution. I think the mystery, like, this time was fun to solve. There was a bit of slight padding, but it was also kind of there to give Kay the opportunity to steal something, which is, again, some of her critics, and I'm vague posting because I do not want to start any fights. They do say, oh, Kay never steals anything in the game. Well, she actually did steal something. She stole the truth from Lansamane, who was literally holding it back with money. And yeah, it's not necessarily like a heist, but it is something. Yeah, she is doing a steal. There is the achievement. And as for the photo album, we have some more animations. I want to see. Oh, guys, look. You can see right there that this is like the proto badger. Pretty clever. Like a lot of the stuff in the beginning, like finally makes sense. I like the resolution, but like the characters aren't that interesting. But I like the ending. I think my main issue with the case right now is probably... Wait, this is the photo album. There we go, we didn't see these images yet. Yeah, my issue with the game so far is Agent Lang. And on one hand, Lang is not... I think that if I had to rank him, he's definitely not as bad as, say, Narita Sanadi from from Spirit of Justice. Oh, they also have the HD sprite! They also have the HD sprite. How nice. And not necessarily with that, but you also have Emma. It seems like Emma has a different eye color. Emma's eye color just changes from game to game. That's my... Maybe she's wearing contacts. Because, pretty sure that she has blue eyes in the, yeah. Emma has blue eyes in the old game. I mean, well, not in the old game. In the Apollo of Justice, which came a bit earlier. Ooh, and you also have some fun illustrations and special exhibit stuff. That's nice. You have the... This is the remaster. This is the OG release poster. I love these prints so much. They have so much personality. And you also have he's waking up and he's reading it, and then suddenly Edgeworth didn't tell him something, And then he goes to yell at Gumshoe, and Gumshoe probably cuts his salary. It's a shame that they're not translated. That's I would have loved to know what's up there. I also really love seeing all these sketches. Anyway, so like my big issue is that Lang just isn't that Lang. I have issues with how Lang is presented. Ooh, a guide to show how Edgeworth is. Look, bald Edgeworth, very cursed. I like how you see all these really nice character details and notes and how to draw him. For example, don't forget his wrinkles. They add a bit of personality to him. And look at him in real gangsta here. And you have all the Gumshoe illustrations, all the K illustrations. There's this little some of the early concept sketches, which are super cute. And here she looks like a real gentleman thief. A lot of really cool concept sketches. In some of them, she also looks like it's more like a burglar, and she has like the fun little Tanuki one. But it seems that I just really like looking at character designs and seeing how things change. With Lang, it seems like a lot of the glasses were there. And also, look at this really cool note that shows like how Lang should walk. Okay, with the beanie, Franny. Yeah, no, it's all really cool. And here's the old Shihina fan art. Oh, spoilers. We are not looking at the spoilers. We are not looking at the spoilers for Shihina. She was just not having a good day. She's allowed to not have good days. Ooh, Lang with the fedora. Yeah, I think that they just gave it to Eddie Fender at the end of it. Sometimes there is an... But yeah. My main issue with Kidnap Turnabout was just Lang's character introduction. I think that, like, explaining, like... It makes sense that, like, Shihina would probably tell you what's up with him and that it won't come from Lang. But... Because why would Lang tell, like, you that, like, his bloodline was tarnished and all that shit? And all that crap. But I don't know, like, his introduction was kind of shaky. I didn't have much of a good time, like, having a tete-a-tete on him. Like, a lot of his arguments, apart from, like, the one with the family where I was which was really frustrating. I just didn't really like it. And I don't know, again, there's this issue with how I feel like a lot of the characterization just kind of feels very cartoony. And yeah, like a lot of the characters in this game are cartoony. A lot of the witnesses tend to be kind of wacky, but they're also kind of grounded. Lauren Pops really felt like, and like Lance Amano and all of them, they just kind of felt like caricatures. Except Lauren, who is 19 and has bad taste in men, that's relatable. You deserve better, Lauren. I think that with age you'll get your wisdom. At least you realize that you should not be At least you realize that like if a 26-year-old man is showing interest in her in that way, that tells more on him than her. I also remembered that, like, but yeah, like a lot of my issues with this case is Lang, but like Kay feels like a bit of a saving grace, so it's pretty alright. It's not, and like I like the investigation progression. I just wish that Lang was utilized better. Like, maybe lean more into the corrupted angle. Maybe not have him, like, say... Like, Emma is also her and also has an interest in older men. Yeah! Emma grew... I think that Emma hopefully grew out of it. That's my opinion. 1 sec. Yep. So, We've been at this for long enough. I thought that we'll be finishing this starting case for today, but that'll have to wait for next week. So thank you so much for tuning. I hope you have a nice weekend, a lovely weekend, and I hope that the next few days will be less stormier than the others. But until then, I hope you stay frosty. And don't forget to check the backlog, and don't forget to tell your friends about my streams. because I want that access to emotes. What's in the chest? Okay, before I'm out, what's in the chest? Secrets. Is it more games? That's a good question. Yeah, that's where I keep all my games. It's not in my Steam collection, it's in there. Okay, now stay frosty for real. And look forward to when this video gets up on YouTube. All the dead bodies. Shh. Shh, don't tell him that! Shh. You'll be next if you keep yapping Gamercore. You'll be next. Okay, now stay frosty for real.